I did notice that that they were prevented or something. I also put some in my ear, which I have one that's still kind of lodged in there. I have to figure out how to get it out, but maybe you could put, I don't know, I was gonna say put toilet paper first and then put them, but just make sure it don't get stuck. Something about that calls for some type of positive effect. Or you can put it like in a bag. You can put it like in a Ziploc bag first and then cut it, at the tip or what have you, and then place it in your ear. That way it's not directly like on that. Or you can put it inside the toilet paper, like a sheet of toilet paper. And toilet paper, make sure it doesn't break. You can put it in a tube and then just put it, well, one would be good because make sure it's strong. Or paper towel. Paper towels are stronger. And then make sure it's small enough. Just cut it or, tear it or whatever and then put it in your ear. Because you can hear them. You can hear these spirits, So it did something, I forget, but it did something. And I was just like, wow. And I think it's because they're kind of like crystals too. These, because you see it, it looks like it kind of reminds you of that. It kind of reminds you that it's like crystals. Like it kind of reminds you of like crystals. And the salt. So there's something about it. It did work. I also, there's something else that happens that I don't really know how to say or what have you, but they say that something is happening, okay? And it's like it's like a spiritual R word. So I noticed when I did that, I had my feet and my socks of the bed of the salt, and then I had my knees up to my chest, and then I had my hands with the salt in my hands, but my hands were together, just a little bit of salt in my palm of my hands, and I had my hands together, and I had put the salt in my ear, just bare, raw, like nothing. Just be careful with that, and then I noticed that they weren't able to do this spiritual R word, okay? So and then also I put it, I have another bag like this, and I put it in my underwear area, okay? But I put toilet paper on top of that, but the bag was facing out. It faced out the outer part, and the toilet paper was on top. And they weren't able to. So, anyways, just seemed to protect me for a while. I also used the sea salt. I would clean my floors, right? And then, vacuum, sweep, whatever it is, and then put that salt as well down. And it seemed to work. Before I did all before, this past 2 weeks I've been doing that for a while with the salt. Yeah. So anyway, these are some of the things I've been doing. I wouldn't say I don't want to say this other part because you really do have to be a better ranking and authority, to try and use like some type of spiritual oil. You can use it, to anoint yourself or something like that, but you need to be careful with it because you're dealing with spiritual matters, and if you're not strong enough, you're going to be defeated. I mean, in some way, shape, form, or fashion, or you're not going to get the results that you want, which is for them to disappear and leave you alone, go away, be casted out. You can go back to wherever they came from. Okay, it's like not being ready or prepared for, a fight, But I don't know. I'm really surprised, that I'm still here and that really, but I do have, great faith. I really do. and that, you know, I made it through all of this. There's other things too that's happened that I'll probably remember, but this has been an experience. But I really truly believe it's because the position I was in and how it was allowed. Yeah, I have to ask myself, how was it allowed? You know what I mean? And what was it here for? Was because, you know, why? You know, but the spirits or the audios or the attachment that was sent to me, these spirits are saying, you know, we're here to take your soul. We want you to, you know, be completely gone, you know, and it's because of your sins. But again, this is from November of last year, or when they started saying all this, probably the end of November or somewhere in December. Yeah, the end of November and the beginning of December, because I left my home in December 8th because the spell work was doing too much, and it was starting to, you know, they're starting to mess with my crown chakra, as they say in tarot, but with my head, you know, and I'm just like, oh no, this is too much. I had to leave. So that's when that's when they started revealing that, you know, they're not who they are, and what their purpose was is to take me out and all of this. And because I know of the other situation with some of these people I know and are familiar with, I'm like, this is the real reason why they sent them, you know, because they're hoping that they would be able to take me out. But what happened is they teamed up with, you know, this attachment or this force that happens to take people out that fits a certain description. You know, and say, hey, you know, let's send this to this person because they kind of torment these type of people, or they gotta, you know, teach them a lesson or something like that. I don't know. But I feel like if it was, you know, my time or what have you, I would have been passed, or, you know, I would have been gone. You know what I mean? But I've been fighting ever since. You know, they come at me with this that they want me to be taken out, and they think that, you know, I should die and all this stuff. Every day I'm fighting with this spirit, or these attachments, you know, which is more than one spirit, you know, different voices and stuff. I still believe that somehow these people who sent the spell word are either using, like this tarot reader says, using these deities to relate their messages to me. Somehow they're using them, you know, somehow they're involved with this whole thing. Like the messages, the things that they're saying to me, that these attachments are saying to me, these deities, entities, demonic spirits, whatever, that's consists of this attachment that's been sent to me, that somehow those real people, humans that, you know, that I know are familiar with in some way, that they're very much involved with the messages that are being related to me through these deities and through their spirits. Because the tarot reader says that they allow them to, you know, enter their bodies and stuff like that, and they allow themselves to be used by these deities, you know, in strong ways. And then to me, it do seem like there's a lot of, some of these messages are very relevant to what they would want, you know, what they're saying to me, which is stay away from this and stay away from that, or, you know, leave the state because we don't, you know, because of the situation that's going on that I won't even talk about. But, you know, and that would help with, you know, that would help them, you know what I mean? So I just, I don't know. So it's like being caught in something. So you're going through something because of whatever the reasons are, or just, to me, it's like being caught up in a lot of things, like having left a bunch of stuff, like having done a bunch of things, right? A person that has done a lot of stuff, and then they just getting caught up in their own web of lies or something, or web of troubles, thinking that they were going to escape. And then people rivalries, linking up with other rivalries and stuff like that to defeat you. You know? So that's what it looks like to me. But anyways, this is, you know, how I look at it. This is what's been happening and what's going on. This is my viewpoints on this situation, period. You know. So maybe hopefully I will see other people's stories, stuff like that. But this is my experience, and this is what this is my experience, and this is how I view it. You know what I mean? This is what I believe. These are my beliefs. This is how I see this situation. Pretty much. Okay, so I'm going to close this out. I'll probably get back on here and do some different videos from time to time on this situation. If they ever go away, I definitely, you know, will be back talking about it. But as long as I'm going through it, I'll be, you know, doing videos on it from time to time. All right.